Well, the mutual understanding between Rice and Arteta has been confirmed today by one of the credible journalists known as Jacob Steinberg, and on that is going to hate to add lots of things on how Arsenal is really having a upper hand, beating Manchester United, beating Pep Guardiola's City, beating Chelsea, and so on and so forth. He's a football reporter for The Guardian. He's really credible and one of those that the world really listens to a lot. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Arsenal News Show, and we are strictly tackling Arsenal after really doing Chelsea, Yuri Tielemans and Calvin Phillips of Man City. Newcastle showing lots of interest in him. Here we come to bring you a solid compilation of 3 Arsenal stories, 4, 5, in one. Declan Rice is leading this bulletin. Is it a bulletin? Is it a podcast? But anything they can refer to it that fits the Queen's language or King's language. So smash the like button, comment and share. For those watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. There is a shocking story we've just gotten right now that Leandro Trossard has not been included into the Belgium squad. Now, that has to worry every Arsenal fan. Why? It shouldn't be a sporting reason that is going to hate to really see him out of the team because he has been performing well at Arsenal. That means there is a non-sporting reason that has kept him out of the squad of Belgium that has just been announced that's going to take part into the Euro qualifiers 2024. And there is a game that Arsenal is going to play in between the week when they are going to play Man City in the Community Shield, and that is something shocking that Arsenal wants to play a game on Wednesday and then they play a game on Saturday or Sunday. That is it. So let's see ourselves smash the like button close to 200 times, and let's really roll as far as Declan Rice is really concerned. We started off with Jacob Steinberg telling us that Arsenal have the upper hand for Rice. Man United could make a late move, but their focus is on signing a striker. Liverpool have other targets in midfield. Pep Guardiola has spoken to Rice, but Manchester City are not seeking to replace Rodri. So he continued and said, Newcastle's interest is unlikely to go far. As for Chelsea, they are not in Europe next season, and the prospect of losing Mason Mount has not helped their chances of buying his best friend. Now, Arteta and Arsenal have gone ahead to show not only financial muscles on Declan Rice, but they've also gone ahead to show to it that they can really convince the player to go on and really play for Arsenal. Remember, I've been always telling you that if you're an elite club and you cannot convince elite players to come to your team, then you cease to be one. That's it. What makes Arsenal an elite club now? It's because it's attracting quality players. Erik ten Hag also said that when he came in at Man United, it was hard for him to convince top-class and world-class players to come in to play for Man United. But right now, after the performance that ten Hag has had in his first season, players want to come to Man United. And the same applies to Arsenal. For the previous 2 seasons of Mikel Arteta, players never wanted to come to Arsenal. He needed to convince them a lot to come in there. I'm talking about top-class players. Don't talk about Ramsdale, Ben White, Gabriel Magalhaes. Those are not top-class players. The top-class players that Arsenal have gone ahead to bring are Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Trossard, you understand? And you see that difference they are bringing to the team. The other player that Arsenal signed in when that player was really top class, that is Thomas Partey in 2020 when they signed him from Atletico Madrid. For Thomas Partey, he was top class and Arsenal convinced him and brought him at the club of Arsenal. So after the tenure and good season that Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to have, Arsenal has gone ahead to be an attractive flower. As I told you that, if you know the process of pollination, bees go to pick pollen grains from flowers that are really looking great. Now, Arsenal is a beautiful flower that is attracting every bee to go on and really pollinate it. So the bees are the players. That's why you see to it that Arsenal can now beat Man City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Bayern Munich on Declan Rice. Declan Rice is really sold on a move to go to Arsenal. That's it. He wants to go to Arsenal, and it shows you how huge Mikel Arteta is going to hate to improve this club. So kudos to Mikel Arteta and everything he's going to hate to do at the club of Arsenal, because that is really something great. Every manager would be wanting to have such an attraction for his club, because it makes it easy to recruit players. And the good thing is that Arsenal really having a good negotiating board and committee that always really negotiates deals out of the way. Now, this is the gist of the story. Jacob Steinberg, the football report of The Guardian, continued and told us that Declan Rice, who is extremely close to his family, became a father last summer. His preference is to stay in England, and the smart money remains on him joining Arsenal. There is mutual admiration, right, between Mikel Arteta and Declan Rice. Now, mutual admiration. That means Arteta admires Declan Rice and Declan Rice admires Mikel Arteta. Trust me, there have already been conversations between Mikel Arteta and Declan Rice on the pitch and off the pitch. Let me show you some on the pitch moments. Look at that. This is one of the most viral photos that shows that Arteta was really trying to communicate a very good message to Declan Rice. I mean, look at the way he's holding Declan Rice and how Declan Rice is holding Mikel Arteta. It shows you that they are not talking for the first time. It shows you they've been talking, meaning that Mikel Arteta has spent close to an entire season talking to Declan Rice, convincing him to come on and really join the club of Arsenal. So it shows you that these two have been knowing one another. And look at this one. If at all you know what we call photographic interpretation, it shows you that these two know each other very well. Look at this. Look at this. Declan Rice to Arteta before they really did this, right? He first moved like this, and when they moved, they did this. They hugged one another and he talked to him. So it shows you that this is not an on-pitch affair. Arteta has been talking to Declan Rice privately on his phone and using the likes of Bukayo Saka, Aaron Ramsdale, Ben White, while they go to the national team to really continue convincing the lad to come on and really join Arsenal. So to me, I really understand that mutual understanding, that mutual admiration between Mikel Arteta and Rice. It's long overdue. It's longevity. The heavens know, not me. So I really understand that's really a very huge boost that Mikel Arteta and Declan Rice's admiration has been confirmed by Jacob Steinberg that these two admire one another. When a manager is trying to convince a player, to sign him, he tells him that I'm going to turn you into such and such a player. And Arteta has gonna hate to do all of that to every player has gonna hate to sign. Look at Gabriel Magalhaes. Look at Benjamin White. Look at Zinchenko. He turned him into an inverted left back, and you've seen the likes of Pep Guardiola adjusting to that, getting John Stones playing him into the midfield, as an inverted right back. Even at the end of the season, we saw Jurgen Klopp shifting his system and getting Trent Alexander-Arnold and shifting him in the midfield. So Arteta now has a very different role for Declan Rice, that he told him that when you come to my team, I'm going to play you like this, and I'm going to make you the best central defensive midfielder in the world, ball-playing central defensive midfielder in the world, box-to-box midfielder in the world. So Arteta's gonna hate to explain everything to Declan Rice. That has gonna head to really increase the admiration that he has for the player. Now, lastly, on the Declan Rice affair, he has concluded by telling us that candidates for West Ham's new director of football role have been told Declan Rice is going. West Ham's best hope is to get as much as possible for Rice. They are holding out for at least £100 million. So for that, it's not news. We all know that Declan Rice has made up his mind that he wants to leave West Ham. Even West Ham want to see him leave, but on a very, 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 very agreed amount of money that will benefit West Ham. If at all they sell him at £100 million, then they would have gone ahead to do a very good deal. Though a year before, the manager of West Ham came out and informed us that they want to sell him on an English record-breaking deal. So West Ham might ask for more. That's it. So that is Rice, Arteta, admiration confirmation. That's how it went in through, and let's get into the Leandro Trossard story that has gone ahead to catch the eyes of many on social media. Everyone is asking, why is Trossard not into the Belgium squad? It's official. Leandro Trossard not in Belgium squad for Euro 2024 qualifiers games versus Austria and Estonia. Reason hasn't been given, only the squad list is out. Now, by the time he left the club of Arsenal, and he said his bye-byes, he was not injured. He has been doing very well. Even on the final day of the season, he found himself creating an assist for the Arsenal side. That is Leandro Trossard. Now, everything remains to be in the blue, and you're green about everything as to why he has not been called. So, he's not an indisciplined player. That's one of the things we know about him. He has not retired from the national team. You know, what is the reason that Leandro Trossard has not been included into the squad of Belgium? My worry might be that either maybe him and his girlfriend, he might be having certain family problems to sort out. Is he planning a wedding? Those are things you can contemplate about. And most especially, has he really gotten an injury? You know, because the only thing that can stop him to play for his national team is the injury. So we are really in an ocean of questions. We don't know why exactly Leandro Trossard has found himself in a position of not being included in the Belgium squad, because he has to be there. You know, I don't remember any day he has missed out. Even last time he went ahead and played for them, he had just recovered from injury and played the last game. You know, he played the second last game of Fulham, and he played the game of Sporting Lisbon. Then he played the game, I think it was of Crystal Palace. Then they went into the international break, and they invited him and really played. So, having been exposed to injury and he was called to play for the national team, it shows you how important he is for the national team and how this international team of Belgium really relies a lot onto him. So him not being called raises a lot of questions, and that's why we're here waiting for answers coming in from Belgian side. But I think the correspondents of Arsenal, you know, the correspondents of Arsenal are really trying to really send messages and ask what's wrong. And I think by tomorrow morning we'll be knowing why Leandro Trossard has not been included into the Belgium squad. It's really shocking because he's really a very talented player that has always been included in there for you. Let's talk this that has gone ahead to shock me. The Emirates Cup is set to return at the Emirates. And Arsenal are planning to host Monaco in the midweek Emirates Cup friendly for the first time since it launched in 2007. Due to the club being back in the Community Shield, the game has been penciled in for Wednesday 2nd at Emirates Stadium. Now, 2nd means Arsenal are really going to be playing a game 3 days to them playing Man City. I don't know what the aim is. You know, I don't know what the aim is, but it's the board of Arsenal who knows what they are going to do. Is Arsenal going to go ahead and really field his first team players into that game? I think he will, because he'll be wanting some minutes in the legs of those players, and maybe he will go out and really tell them that, please, we are supposed to go on and really do the needful. And it looks like I want 2023. I want to see 2023. When is second? Second is going to be a Wednesday, right? Then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Manchester City. So I think Mikel Arteta just wants to see his players get in some minutes in that game of Monaco. Then he really sets them ready for the game of Man City. Because when you look at Arteta, he's really going to be having a bloated squad. That's it. If he goes ahead and really adds in 5 players, as promised, João Cancelo, all Frasneda, all Saja Boy, 1, a right-sided centre-back, 2 central midfielders, Declan Rice, Ika Gundogan, all Moise Caicedo. Those are 4. He needs to get in a right-sided attacking midfielder, 5 players. And that means he's going to add those players to the men that he has at Arsenal. He's going to be having a bloated squad, meaning that he's going to be ready to field out a first starting 11 that is really strong and a second starting 11 that is really strong. If at all he manages to get in a right-sided centre-back, Declan Rice, Ika Gundogan, Moussa Diaby, and João Cancelo. Those are 5 players. That means he can field his starting 11 and it can stand as follows. Aaron Ramsdale in goal, João Cancelo, right back, left back, Zinchenko, Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, central defense, Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard and Ika Gundogan in the midfield 3, right? Then he goes for the front 3, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus. That is the first starting 11 of Arsenal that he can field against Monaco to play the first 45 minutes. Now, for the second half, he can get in this squad that can highly come in through and obviously compete highly in the Premier League. Matt Turner in goal, right? Tomiyasu, right back. Jakub Kivio and Ben White in the central defense. Kien Tierney, if at all he stays, or any other left back, because if at all Kien Tierney leaves, that means Arsenal are going to go ahead and really sign in another left back. Then in the midfield, Thomas Partey, Jorginho, and Emily Smith-Rowe or Fabio Vieira. Front 3 will be having Leandro Trossard, Edin Nketiah, and Moussa Diaby. So I think it's possible. I now understand, because Arteta is going to be having a 22 fully fit man squad that he can go ahead and really front, with the likes of Emily Smith-Rowe not even being read and Reece Nelson into this. So thank you very much for watching through, telling me your thoughts about Rice and Arteta mutual admiration confirmed. What do you make about that? Then why do you think Leandro Trossard has not been included into the Belgium national team squad that's going to play against Estonia and Austria? And lastly, do you support Arsenal to play a game in the midweek on Wednesday in the Emirates Cup, where they are going to play against Man City on Saturday? That and more are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living God protect you through the night. Muslims, may Allah do the same to you. I'm out.